Hey guys, welcome back to American Wire. This is Matt Miller, and we're going to take a look at The View's reaction this morning to the assassination attempt on Donald Trump that happened over the weekend. And honestly, this is just the most shameless thing that I've ever seen on The View. I don't watch The View that much, but Ana Navarro just gave this performance of trying to pay condolences to Donald Trump and the families of the people who were killed. Sounds like she's trying to be in the middle. It sounds like she's trying to make a genuine call for peace and a call for moderation. But then she goes and blames the whole thing. Of course, she had to ruin it. She blames the whole thing on white people and gun owners and makes it political. She can't just stop there. She was like 80% of the way there, and then she said something so asinine. You guys just have to hear it for yourself.
So, I'm very happy Donald Trump is safe. Full stop, period. And I condemn all forms of political violence. I'm simply heartbroken for the family of Corey Compertori, a volunteer fire chief, a father, a husband who lost his life shielding his family simply for going to a political rally. And I was watching it live because I thought he was going to announce his VP that day. That was part of what was being said. And I immediately thought it was a shooting. And I was shocked and I was heartbroken because I fled political violence in Nicaragua. And to me, this is something that's not supposed to happen in America. I felt the same way when I did watching January 6th. These attacks on democracy, on America, don't happen in this country. They happen in other places. And I'm very happy for President Biden. I'm very happy that he's taking the opportunity to be on air now 3 times, asking us to call on our better angels, asking us to unite, asking us to tamp down the rhetoric. I'm going to try to heed his words. Today is a day, I think, in this entire time for self-reflection and a call to unity. I truly hope Donald Trump uses the platform he has to do that. And I also need to say, I hope that at some point in this country, we do have a conversation about what is happening, because we can't just react when it is our side. What was this again? It was, a 20-year-old lone wolf, white, whack job with easy access to a gun. And we have to have a conversation about that, because it wasn't a drag queen. It wasn't an immigrant. It wasn't a pissed off liberal woman. This keeps happening. And we need to react, not as left or right, not as Republicans or Democrats. We need to react as Americans.
All right.
And we need to ask better.
So it almost sounded like Ana Navarro was going to make a genuinely good statement, a non-divisive statement about the Trump assassination. She started out really good, but then she had to throw in there that we need to have a conversation about this being a white person, a white male who was able to get a gun, and we need to have that conversation. And of course, what she's doing is she's sliding in her political agenda into what should just be a statement of moderation and peace. Like, let's not resort to political violence, full stop. You don't need to say, we need to have a conversation about the fact that this was a white male who was able to access a gun. What does that even mean? He was a white male. What did white male shooting at Donald Trump have to do with it? The guy was a radical left-winger who was radicalized by the calls of people like her in the media for the last 8 years, 9 years, calling Donald Trump Hitler, calling him a Nazi, all of his supporters, Nazis and fascists. I mean, these are heavy words that actually mean stuff. Hitler was one of the worst people to ever exist in history. He is responsible for the deaths of millions and millions of people, one of the most bloody wars mankind has ever seen. That's Hitler. And people like her, people in the media on ABC and CNN have been saying that Trump and his supporters are Nazis and fascists, and they've called him Hitler for so many years now. How can they pretend that they didn't play a part in radicalizing this person? Because if somebody believed that, if somebody actually believed that Donald Trump was Hitler, then it kind of makes sense why they would go and take him out. Like, if you had the chance to take out Hitler, would you do it? I think I would, like if I was, they always ask that question, baby Hitler. I don't know why it's a baby, but like the question should just be, if you had the chance to kill Hitler, would you do it? If you were a GI in World War II, they were looking for Hitler. They were trying to take him out because they knew he was bad. So anyway, and that's why this guy felt like he was a hero. He felt like he was a hero, and so many millions of radicalized young people, or just people in general, but especially young people who are very passionate about politics, feel like Trump is this satanic villain. He is the ultimate evil, when in all reality, the Democratic Party and their media allies have used this rhetoric to energize their base, but they know full well that Trump is just a guy who is not in line with their agenda. He's a conservative, he's a Republican, he's a populist, he has an agenda that serves the American people, the American middle class, American patriots, people who are concerned about the border, people who are concerned about the economy. That is not in line with the exploitative agenda of the establishment Democrat and the establishment Republican Party. So he's different than them. He disagrees with them. So what are they going to do to beat him? They're going to paint him into this monster. But the problem is when people believe it and they take action, then there's serious consequences to it, and you have to take responsibility. Ana Navarro almost made a good statement, but then she kind of revealed herself as being part of the problem that she is and has been for years. This Trump derangement syndrome, this is the end point of that. This is the point where I hope America can look back and reflect and be introspective and say, you know what, is this guy really that bad? Or is he just kind of like, he has some different opinions than me, or he has some policies I don't like? You know, like, I think that most people on the left think that they have so many misunderstandings about Trump. They're so ignorant to what the guy actually stands for, what he actually believes. I think most people think that he's trying to ban abortion. Like, I'm pro-life, but Trump's not trying to ban abortion. He said multiple times, I will not ban abortion. I think it should be up to the states. That is a textbook, by definition, center line, middle line, moderate position on the abortion issue. He's got tons of those. The guy is not a hardline right winger. He's not a hardline left winger. He's a guy who has an agenda that's like pro-American economy, pro-American domestic security, pro-law enforcement. What piece of that is fascist or Hitler-like in any way? I don't know. I don't know where they come up with this stuff. They're delusional. And The View is delusional too. They've played a massive role. Their hyperbole and what they've contributed to the conversation is just toxic rhetoric, false rhetoric, lies about Trump, and they're part of the problem. Ana Navarro is part of the problem. She should be ashamed of herself for trying to make this about race or trying to make this about the Second Amendment. No Trump supporters saying the gun did it. The gun is the problem. No, it's the guy made a choice to go and try to kill the former president, and he made that choice and he took action, and he did it because he believed Trump was evil. That's the problem. The fact that there's so much vitriol and divisiveness and hatred towards just people on the other side of the political spectrum from you. So she doesn't want to look at herself and say, you know what, maybe I contributed to that. I'm sorry. She wants to point the finger at white men. I don't know. It gets me so fired up. It gets me so upset that these people are so shameless. But anyway, let me know what you guys thought of this clip in the comments. Do you think that the View has any sort of self-awareness at all? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe. And please also pay a visit to our partner channel, Politbrawl. They do a lot of great work, a lot of similar videos over there. Brian is doing a great job with his breakdowns of news clips and politics clips. So go check out Politbrawl. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for supporting the channel.